world, both in terms of actual ability and just raw talent. And of course, Trump, a virtuoso with a cue in his hands. And a nice start for well, he's obviously a nice angle on the 2 to navigate position on the 3. He's done. Everything we know about Trump, he seems like the kind of guy who would revel now in a moment. And he just bobbles it. He's gotten away with it, though.
Would.
Comes with a safety of sorts, and that's a nice shot. It's an interesting question. For me, instinctually, the answer is yes. And look at this. A two-way shot of sorts for Shaw. He does apologize.
7 on the one last side of the draw.
A lot of heart, a lot of grit. Corner ball flies in. The 1 seems to be cooperating, although the 3 does not.
Would, but when he tries to play a shot, the execution is normally very tidy.
Indeed, and nicely. And he's done very nicely. Just nicks the 7, and I believe he's such a powerful player. Just filled with talent. Added to the back of the cue, 65 some odd inches. Nicely done here.
That cue is so lengthy, you could perhaps take a pole vaulting.
Right. Back slightly. Comes with the ladder.
And there's nothing Shaw revels in more. He just relishes it down to the ground.
Jayson Shaw wins the rack.
As the room is just full of world-class talent from near and far. Corner ball flies in, 1 in the side. 2 balls careening around, 6 in the side, 8 hang.
The YouTube channel of Matru live over there. And a really interesting contest going on. Earl Strickland.
Oh, it's compelling to see Earl in action. Lovely speed from Shaw on that opening 2 ball. Really close to this 8 ball to ease navigations to the 9. Why not? Do it from this angle. As good a player as any when he's on.
US Open champion. And talking of US Open champions, another one has joined us in the commentary box. The 2003 champion.
He's also looked good. He did bobble 1 in rack 1, and Shaw's basically punished him. Lovely shot there.
Shot he made on the kick shot there on the 1. Same here by Judd Trump. Great shot.
Yeah, nicely. A bit tricky as it was the 4 ball for 50 some odd years, and lovely little shot here. Gets a bit of love from the 7. This is a bit steep though, Jeremy.
I'm sure toyed around with snooker at a young age. Those nifty little kick shots and safety shots seem to be something they excel at, besides just, you know, knocking balls in from everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. He really does have
at this angle, it's like threading the eye of a needle.
Beauty. Classy there, the high side.
Psychologically, I think one thing really. Al Shamari. Shaw came very close to defeat. He beat HC earlier today. And after surviving.
Well, I totally agree. Talked to Jayson last night a bit. Pandemic. He said he had that in Vegas a bit, got through some things, and I think every different type of.
He's come up dry a couple times, figured it out there. 8 ball flies in. One ball careening around and setting up nicely, Jeremy. Makes a lot of sense. It's a beautiful room here, and the production is top-notch. Lights abound. Such a...
Yeah, for the opening break in the morning. Color money a little bit when they're at the tournament there, and all the balls break at the same time, pretty much. So,
no, it's very color. Ask you the same thing. Let's defer to Mr. Shaw. Well, he made back and forth look easy, and once again a bit thin. So
in goes the green 6, and that's the colour of the prize money.
Indeed, Phil. Oh, beautiful little inside English to 5-0. Jayson Shaw.
Who knows what can happen there?
Yeah, he's all class. And lest we forget, this match isn't over, although an incredibly tall order for Trump.
You know, what snooker players are very capable of and what their weaknesses are, and so on and so forth. But as far as Trump's concerned...
Yeah, he can play, but in that contest, Jeremy, he didn't. He's
trying to go 2 rails. A lot of spin. Yeah. It's ball in hand.
Yeah, and when he rolled out, you may not have seen that situation of where he rolled out. That's exactly right. You know, pocketing the ball, but you know, when it came to understanding what was going on and what was going to happen. Pretty funny.
You have some stories, buddy.
The ball takes the 9 in the upper corner.
Shaw agrees. Yeah, pulled it back. He's looking awfully confident, Phil.
Yeah, with him, you could see at the last couple of breaks getting the speed on the 1 going to that corner. And you see that by quite a few guys 16 when they start using the triangle. But at this moment, you could see some lopsided scores here.
Yeah, he sure does. In a trance of sorts. Just unconscious out there.
Of 8 down there in Virginia. And boy, what a succession of world-class opponents he overcame that week 4 years ago. And
I think he just kills it with a little spin like this. The only thing you're worried about is it getting there, and he did real well. And one thing Jayson did, and it's usually what the winner does in that tournament, this tournament, the U.S. Open, is he made one huge comeback, if I remember correctly, down 10-6 against Ko, or one of the Taiwanese players, Chinese type.
Yeah. 7-0.
Eagle eye. The eagle at the moment is swooping down to get his prey. The prey being Judd Trump. Now in the
at least me, anytime I've ever done well in a tournament, kind of forget where I'm at a little bit. When you're doing it, you want to have a chance to win the tournament, whether it falls short or not. And I'll tell you, Jayson, he's doing everything it takes. It looks like to.
He spent a lot of time in the chair over the last 15-20 minutes. Oh wow.
Yeah, just the containing safety there, not bad. I think run the cue ball 2 rails behind the 3, I think, anyways.
Yeah, nice call. Didn't quite get behind the 3, but he's left a lot of distance. Maybe a slightly
this
better.
Long rail bank in where I'm not so sure Trump would really shoot at it.
He did take it on.
That. Yeah, I like that. His instincts, right? Pull instincts. Notice him holding one rail underneath the 3. That lays nice. Oh, he was feeling good, Nick.
Yeah, maybe a little too good. So talented.
Trump, though, we are playing winner break. You can fall behind, but you know, if you're trailing, it's exactly the format you want to be playing.
Robles never got back to the table.
Crafty.
I think he maybe have a pot. No, he's going to lay him behind the 3. Nice shot. I'm not sure he got there, though.
He's laying him up on the 7. Oh, there's your
tell
answer.
You. Yeah. Slow the cue ball down. He's trying to play a deft touch behind the brown. And it's going to be a little light.
Would expect him to kind of be behind that ball 9 out of 10, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Another indication as well of just how tightly from the crowd. They couldn't quite believe it stayed up. But now, 8-0 is very much beckoning. draw. Billy Thorpe has reached the hill against Sullivan Clark. Thorpe stoned.
Jayson Shaw.
Earl always comes with an equipment change that sometimes transcends into many players doing it.
Well, right. We were talking about Shaw's extremely long cue. Earl kind of pioneered that, right?
Pretty much for these guys. The speed control. Oh, he went twice. That's not.
That needs to settle.
Yeah. Good thing for him is he can bump the purple. Manage bumping the purple, I'm not sure. No, it looks like to me he's all right. But you know, Nick, you get a little out of line.
Yeah, when this guy gets going, it's truly a sight to behold. Just a scary kind of guy when he's feeling it. Killed the cue ball a little bit, like you alluded to earlier, Jeremy, and Shaw is imminent.
In golf a lot, you see it in tennis a lot, individual sports, but Shaw's always there to win. But something about that U.S. Open that
Jayson Shaw wins the round.
anytime you're an underdog, and nothing personal to Trump, but 99 out of 100 are going to be an underdog against Jayson. But you know the match needs to start out close. They got barely with the cue ball. Watch.
Oh, beautiful call, Jeremy. Maybe came up a little
shot
bit.
You're never shooting in snooker. Oh, he didn't draw it.
Well,
match, a little unfamiliar with Judd Trump, and not only having a lot of success, but gets a little rhythm going. Whenever I arrived, and I don't think I've seen him pocket a ball the last 6 games. A few safeties, a few kicks, but I don't think he shot at the pocket at safety. It looks like to me he might be attacking though. Yeah, he went at it. Bit of a two-way
mode, yeah.
He's only going to improve. We all know that. Maybe the concentration lost a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of called it.
He's not used to this. Of course he doesn't win every match, but how often does he get absolutely blown away? Basically in snooker, never.
End of the day, he's in this moment now, so maybe he can find a little something. And great point you made, Jeremy. He'll be on the one-loss side if he doesn't get it done here, and there's more pool to be played.
Consider himself a newbie. Like, oh, I need to consume everything I have. Or I can anyways. Oh, like right here, for instance.
The heat is on to not lose 11-0. We know there will be ramblings or abound about that. But he does make it. Well done. He's on the board. They let him hear it here in AC.
Big comebacks in the snooker. And, if he gets some open shots and gets going. And I've always thought, for the most part.
I remember that little phase back in the day when the boys thought they could just come across the pond and rip off these pools.
A year or two full time to pool, they would be very, very, very dangerous. Maybe another very should be included.
Just like the English 8-ball players, and there's Jayson Shaw, you got your Darren Appletons, that were great players in other cue sports that came over, but they recognized that, hey, this game has a lot of merit.
That's the thing, knowledge, knowing what to do. And pool's a game where you have to think not just literally but laterally.
A little further away than he wanted, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Center of the hole there.
This is tricky here, though.
To just float out and play for the bank does seem quite logical. He does punch it across. I mean, when you hit him like that, why not? What a beaut.
Wow.
Yeah, they let him hear it.
Yeah, Trump had extension on the cue that adds some size and some power.
Interesting.
Let's know that's about 99% Jayson Shaw that makes that happen.
Right.
But one of my heroes as well.
6 flies in, 1 careening around. Hits the pink.
You got to appreciate that level that, especially with the 2 hanging. He figures if he makes this, he's home free.
Oh my.
Sounded like he partially miscued there, Nick.
Business as usual, but it was a kind of tinky sort of sound.
When he gets that little touch going where it doesn't take many pre-strokes.
Just slide it down past the 7 and the 8.
Yeah. I'm not sure the 7's
Bang for the 7 in the top right, maybe.
He's going to hit the 8 here. He's going to open the 7. He's going to have a chance.
And across the table and out.
Yeah,
oh, he comes around.
Yeah. I was going to say he may go forward because that's another shot.
Got to work. See if he can handle this.
And as much as some other players don't like it, he may have gotten a few other players.
After that, Frankie Goes to Hollywood comes to mind. When two tribes go to war, only